Hi everybody. Thought I'd make a quick video today talking about the BlueField Poncho and maybe a little bit about the outdoor community. Now I know I know absolutely nothing about this tarp, so we'll be exploring this together. This just appeared at my door a couple days ago, just out of the blue. If you're a regular reader of highcountryflyfisher.com, you might remember that about 10 years ago, my buddies Bernard, Noah, and I did a backpacking trip to the South Fork of the Flathead River in Montana. If you've ever seen the movie A River Runs Through It, or you've read the book, it's that country. It's basically it was that area. So anyway, the three of us backpacked in. It was a great adventure. We got caught in a storm like the first day in, and I was still sort of under my my lightning phobia. So for whatever reason, about 10 years ago, for about 5, maybe 8 years, I developed a real phobia around lightning storms. And I don't really know what caused it. I grew up hiking and backpacking as a Boy Scout. Never had any fears. I attribute it to reading Bob Magic's book on the lightning strike on Half Dome in Yosemite and what happened to those folks. But anyway, suffice it to say, for about 5 years, I was deathly afraid of lightning. And so if you read that chronicle, it starts out with our first day getting caught in a lightning storm, where we're heading into this valley. It was probably, I think it was a 25-mile hike just to get in. And so we were going to do it in stages. On the first day, we run into this thunderstorm. Now me, the thunder starts, lightning starts. Me, I want to shelter immediately because I'm just freaked out. My buddies are like, wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait. We waited until the storm was about a half mile from us, and then we sheltered. Well, suffice it to say, I was so concerned about sheltering that I frankly didn't wear the proper rain gear. I had rain gear in my pack. I was wearing a soft shell that was supposed to be waterproof or water resistant, and so instead of breaking out the proper rain gear, I decided to shelter with that on. Anyway, to make a long story short, I got really cold, probably nearly hypothermic that night. Fortunately, we found a ranger cabin, and we were able to get into that cabin and spend the night. And then we spent the rest of the week on the Flathead fishing and had a great time. On the way out, we ran into this fellow that had lost his map. And so Bernard, as I recall, either Bernard or Noah, they were the leads on this trip. So they had a map, but me being me, I had everything that I would need in case I got lost. So I also had a map. So on the way out, we met Jim. Jim had just lost his map. And so I gave Jim my map, gave him my address because he said he would return it. Great, whatever. And I got back, and maybe 2 weeks later, I got the map back. He also sent me sort of a keepsake from that trip. But since that time, for the last 10 years, we've kept in touch, and he's really good about keeping in touch. Me, I'm not so good. I'm just not that guy. But he pings me probably once a year or maybe once every 2 years, and we chat for a bit, and that's about it. Anyway, and this is probably going longer than I meant. He's been watching the YouTube channel, and he saw the episode that I have, the Tale of Hail and Char, I think I called it, where I got caught in the thunderstorm, and where I talked about I wish I had a tarp so that the two of us could have gone underneath the tarp, and I had rain gear, but if the two of us were able to stay under the tarp, we could have stayed together, stayed more dry, whatever. I sort of lamented not being as prepared. Also on that video, I got into a discussion with somebody about ponchos and about how I used to carry a poncho when I was a Boy Scout, but I kind of got out of the habit. Anyway, again, I guess maybe a longer story than I had planned. Jim sent me an email a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, "Hey, is your address still the same?" And I didn't think much of it. I said yes, and I didn't think much of it. Well, a couple days ago, I got this. It is the BlueField Poncho. I know nothing about BlueField. From what I can see online, they're a Chinese company. I've seen some similar products by them. It looks like, I mean, if it's sort of what I've seen, it's going to be a fairly decent poncho. It's only about 10 3/8 ounces, which makes it half the weight of my tarp. If I'm doing a solo day trip, I could very well take this as opposed to taking the tarp. If I wanted that extra coverage, you know, I've always got rain gear, so that's not really an issue. I'll have to compare the weight of this versus my my rain gear. The rain gear that I have is a Marmot rain jacket, and you know, it's super high tech. I mean, it's super waterproof, it's super breathable. You know, it's basically their top of the line rain gear. And I don't know for sure if what I've seen online is exactly this product, but this should be pretty good. Again, it's just under 11 ounces, and what I've seen online, it's 15D nylon, and the waterproofing is rated at 5,000 millimeters, which means that it should be good for, you know, medium and heavy downpours. So let's just break it out. You can see it's a small packaging, about 9 3/4 inches long and about 3.5 inches wide. So really good for a solo guy like me. Online, I didn't find very much information other than, you know, finding people that were asking about reviews. Didn't find very much product information that wasn't in Chinese. So here it is. Looks like a standard poncho. It looks like the the tail is longer than the front. So this is, from what I've seen, it is designed to go over your backpack, which is good. You can see it's got a long front. It's got reflective panel in the back, so I guess I could string it up and use it as an emergency signal. It's got some grommets here. Let's do a quick measurement. Seven feet 3.5 inches long, 4 feet 5 inches wide. That's not bad. It's got 6 grommets, so I can use these with my trekking poles and string it up like a tarp if I wanted to. It's got Velcro on the sides here, every few inches. Velcro on the ends. Definitely coated nylon, and the seals are taped. Now this is interesting. It's got 2 snaps on the inside here, and they're both the male snaps. So here we go. And on the bottom here, there's a female snap. So I guess if you needed to shorten it up, you could shorten it up. Let's see how it fits here. Pretty typical. Yeah, not much different than my Scout poncho, except that this actually has the ability to close these up more like sleeves. If I had my pack on, I could unsnap the back. Here it is with the back unsnapped. I'm 5'6", so this is plenty of coverage for me. It's got a drawstring and got a snap enclosure here. I've got a large head, so it's a little snug to get in there, but it's yeah. So that's cool. Thank you, Jim, if you see this. Thanks for sending this to me. I'll definitely take it with me and you know, use use it on those day trips. So anyway, I just wanted to share that quick story and share my new poncho. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.